well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in the head.
Hello? I'm here.
Okay, so am I.
Are you here?
Yeah.
I'm Paul G.
I'm Andrea Newton.
You don't have to give your last name. It's so formal.
What do you want me to give my full name?
Or you could just say Andrea.
Okay, whatever, Paul.
Exactly. See? That's what I'm saying. Right.
So what are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about the music for the moment. We had to drop the Curious George song.
Yes, it's called a thing called copyright.
Yeah. They keep dinging us, and if we ever wanted to make a buck off of this through commercials and whatnot, especially on YouTube, they won't let us do it because of the theme song. They said we can use it, but if there's any monetization, we won't see a single red cent.
Which, I get it. It's the singer who made this song, and he should.
Yeah, but it's through Artlist. It's a library that I can download and use on my monetized videos, but yet I can't.
Obviously, someone's been using it besides us, and obviously it's gotten some attention, obviously, so...
I don't know if it's got any attention. I just maybe... It could be the guy who owns the song is just, clamping down or something.
Well, I don't blame him. It's his work. I mean,
Don't put it on a catalog where a subscription allows you to use it.
Or then take it off at that point, but I don't know. I get his point. It's his work. It's his creativity. He should get credit for it, but...
My buddy Tim Gazaway, who is the front man and ironically very close to looks in the band of who they emulate, which is Simply Seeger, which they are a Bob Seger cover band. They make big money at that, believe it or not.
That's good.
They get like $20,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's like 47 instruments, people. I mean, you were in there that one time in the studio.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Crowded though.
It's crowded, but it was pretty cool to go in there and see them sing. And
yeah, he does an amazing AC/DC.
Oh yes, that was mind blowing when he did that.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, it sounds just like the guy.
Yeah, that's like if you do AC/DC, you have to sound just like him, or just don't do it.
Oh yeah, for that was a very distinct voice and sound.
Yeah. But he's supposed to be writing us a theme song.
Okay.
I'm not sure when he'll get around to it.
He's had a lot going on, so.
Yeah, they had a death in the family, and, he's, got to get his naps in. He is like 75.
But he's very creative for 75.
He did our wedding, so he's actually quite spry for 75.
Yeah, he does. He's very talented.
And
very talented.
Jumps around and stuff.
Yeah, so.
And it's like, he's amazing that he's still, but anyhow. So,
I don't know. I've taken care of some very spry 90-year-olds in my nursing career that you wouldn't think were 90. So I think it's just all about genetics, taking care of yourself, and pure luck.
And hard-headedness, I think.
Well, that too. That has a lot to do with it too.
So we've got fan mail, by the way.
Which we've been saying if we get fan mail, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. And we're doing a special episode today about this fan mail, because it has interesting stuff on it.
Well, the fan mail made me think that maybe we need to talk about how we go about how we do our research for some of the podcasts that we pick.
Or why, or not go about, but tell people how we do what we do.
Which is a little unique, I think, compared maybe to most. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty confident in that statement.
I agree with that. Most podcasts and true crime folks, they cover all the big stuff.
Which we don't want to.
No. And you'll never hear of West Memphis 3 or any of that. Morgan Nick won't come out of this.
Though West Memphis 3 is known throughout the U.S. I don't know how well Morgan
Nick is pretty well known.
Is it pretty well known outside of Arkansas?
Yeah, because True Crime Garage guys do it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But we won't cover those because there's nothing else that you can remotely glean from it other than our own opinions on it, which it's probably...
If you want our opinions, call me.
It's been covered, highly covered, and those cases are very well known. It's help put Arkansas on a map in a good and negative way, depending upon which case you want to talk about. But no, we don't like to cover cases.
Not going to do BTK stuff.
No, we're not going to do BTK. We're not going to do Dahmer. We're not going to do Bundy. We feel like those things have been covered so much that there's nothing new you can remotely get out of it or glean from it.
If I got a stash of unreleased emails from Dahmer to Dahmer, for example, then maybe if no one else had it, we would.
Yeah, because that would be something different and new, but
those things have been done to death.
Yeah, and I'll listen, like if I'm trying to find a podcast to listen to, I listen to true crime podcasts just for my own, but if I'm going to listen, I'm not going to listen to a podcast about a case we've covered. And I'm very adamant about that. And I know a lot of people do the research by listening what everyone else has and what everyone else has gathered. But I feel like, to me, I'm already front loading my own opinion based upon someone else's.
And front loading is very important for us because front loading is something that people do constantly and they don't even know.
It's true. But I just don't want to take someone else's hard work and research and just regurgitate in my own voice.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's a very fair thing to do. Though some of the tools that we use in newspaper archives is kind of in a way regurgitating information. I feel like it's no different than us reading like a newspaper article on it, but we kind of put our own spin on it because we're both people that like to give the positive and negative and all potential options of what could happen in a particular case. I always joke to him, we're Switzerland. We have to remain neutral.
Well, since Switzerland wasn't really all that neutral. But
it's a joke, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I get it. One of the things that I hate about podcasts is they don't do the victimology correct. They don't do the victimology at all, usually.
We have a hard time getting we do victimology just based upon what we can get from Wrestler and all that stuff is highly published and anybody can get a hold of that.
Well, victimology too is how was this person a prostitute? If they were a prostitute, well, that's a high risk lifestyle.
Yes.
You're putting yourself in position of strange man. You don't know who he is. He's obviously going to pay you for sex. You're going to take the money for sex. That is high risk because that's where the predators hang out.
True. But also some of our definitions of high risks, like we've talked about a couple cases where we're like, why would somebody go in somebody's house and work? This was then blah, blah, blah. Nowadays, that would be like, oh my God, that's high risk. It just,
hitchhiking back in the 70s wasn't high risk, but it was.
It was. Everybody did it in the 70s.
Yeah, and that's how so many girls got killed on I-70 or whatever it was.
Well, everybody was hitchhiking, and hitchhiking had to do with a lot of the cases back then. But as we've covered a couple cases, like the railroad killer, or the guy from, I don't want to say Stuttgart, because he's not from Stuttgart, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
he was the one hitchhiking, and he killed that guy.
Yeah, I'm just like we're like
he didn't even know him.
And hitchhiking was it was like a commonplace back then. But we just, how do I put this? We try to completely 100% bring out all sides of a potential option because none of us truly know, unless we're family, what that victim was like. And and even then, probably family doesn't know who that person is.
Usually family's the last to know about the bad stuff.
Well, yeah, because it's who wants to admit that their mother or their brother or whoever is like a prostitute
or heavy into drugs, but this doesn't do it around mom,
or heavy alcoholic,
or a pervert,
or beats her family,
And so, but when you're investigating a crime as a investigator, if we were cops, we would need to know the victimology, which is the lifestyle, the habits of the person that's dead, especially if we didn't have a clue who did it, because that's the only way we're going to be able to backtrack where they're at, where they're going, what they've done, and find out who may be the next in line to kill them. Where do we need to look? Well, you don't have anything but the person that's laying in front of you, and they're not going to talk to you.
No.
So you have to dig into what you can see, and that's them and their family and their habits, right?
Yeah, and I think we have a hard time accessing the complete story of that.
Yes.
which FOIA in Arkansas,
You can't do it.
it's hard. It's
I
about
still
impossible.
haven't gotten anything back from the ATF, and they have the records, and they said they don't. They said they never investigated it. Oh, yes, they did, because the ATF, it's on. I've got FOIA from Springdale.
Yeah, I remember that. And you even sent them that saying that they're on the case.
And I got a piece of paperwork signed by a police sergeant at Springdale Police Department saying that the people in the room were such and such, and ATF agent such and such. And it says that on the paper. And they still say, oh, no, we didn't investigate that. The ATF is just they're just absolutely lying. They don't care.
Or this is the way I think about it. And I guess that we've talked to someone that also does another podcast about another case of ours. But maybe, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, maybe those poor people that have to sit in those FOIA request rooms or whatever, I'm thinking that they're like the medical records people of the hospital. They get bombarded on a daily basis by not only us as podcasts, but everybody else.
Yeah.
And they must be overwhelmed.
Well, that's why they have those cases. Some of these FOIA requests, like the West Memphis 3 for the federal stuff, it's actually I have a link. You just go that and they put the FOIA request. They just put it up there. They don't even, anybody can access it now.
They must have gotten like a ton of people wanting that, because that's like a well-known case.
And that's what they should do. Whenever you FOIA something, they should just post it to the web and say, it's posted to the web here. And that's enough.
Well, they probably did it with that case because everybody and their dog wants.
I'm
done that.
saying every case should be. Everything is FOIA should be.
But I think there's
because
another.
it's public release of information is what that is.
But some of our cases we've done that are unsolved. I just think Arkansas just wants to keep everything.
They're not going to talk to you.
Which, I'm kind of glad they're that way.
Well,
in a way, I mean, if it was you that you wanted your family member to be, they died or was murdered.
I don't know. I'd want them to talk. After 30 years, I'd be like, just spill the beans.
But you also want it to be solved. So you don't.
But after 30 years, any lead is going to be that. You might as well just make it all public. So this is where we're at.
I don't think.
If 2 weeks in, no.
Murder, there's no statute of limitations on murder. So that's why they're that way.
But 30 years in, it's not going to matter. You haven't found anything. Why not let the sleuths in on it?
But here's another thing, though. What if they mess something up and something gets posted and it goes in front of a court or jail and it gets thrown out, and here's your one opportunity to put somebody in jail.
You got to prove it at that point, don't you?
You know what I'm saying?
It's a catch-22, isn't it?
You got to be super careful, and also think about it from their perspective. If they mess up, either put the wrong person convicted or put, anything that they can remotely get a lawsuit on, police department's got to be careful.
Yeah.
Because of the 70s, how many episodes have we covered? Even in the 90s where they didn't do anything with DNA. You know what I'm saying? They
didn't even collect it. Or that one case we're listening to where they just walked over the woman's body.
I know. And that was what was in the night.
No, it was 2000s.
2000, yeah. I'm trying to remember that.
Might have been 15.
It's like...
They just walked over her body. They thought, oh, well, the blood is dried enough. We shouldn't... No, stop.
But,
I understand they had to get the kids out of the house because the kids were still in the house. But they were stepping over the woman's body with the kids in their arms. That's insane. And that actually happened.
Yeah, I forget what the case we're listening to, but...
It's a new one.
But, the thing that gets me is... people are so happy that we have to have to be cautious. Or
caution, hot coffee is hot.
I know, the McDonald's thing. I guess I read somewhere that lady, it was a lot more than just like it
was overly hot,
like almost like a second degree burn.
Yeah,
and
no,
I get
it was third degree. I think it was. Yeah, it was bad.
But anyways,
her skin was paper thin. She was like 100.
Well, yeah. The older you get, the
yeah.
thinner your skin gets. I mean, let's realistic.
But so, what we're trying to do here, is help find another avenue on the case. Look at it differently, because Andrea and I are very different folks than normal people, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably why it's hard for us to make friends.
No, it's hard for me to make friends because I'm just so cool.
So cool.
Yes.
I can't say that for myself.
They love me. And so they're intimidated by my coolness.
You say either they love you or they hate you.
It's true. People love me or hate me.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
I'm just weird.
You've seen it.
I have seen it firsthand. I used to think, oh, come on, Paul, you're so full of poo. But no, you're serious. He's right. I mean,
You love me or hate me.
and I'm like, I don't get it.
I used to fret over that so long. And then I decided one day, I said, this is going to be me. I can piss off.
I'm just weird. I've come to that conclusion a long time.
You and I are very similar, though.
I can't. I like doing true crime and finding cool stories.
Of course you do. You're a middle-aged woman.
I have cats, so that makes it even worse.
That's the demo, man. That's why I'm here, because, I was single and was looking for middle-aged women.
With cats.
I don't even care about the cats. With or without, doesn't matter.
Yeah. But
you have to be under the ton limit. That's all.
The ton limit.
Yes.
I don't want to know.
I'm the terrible person. Yes, I know. Remember, folks, I've said this before. I'm an ass.
Not an asshole.
Yes. And there is a difference.
It's a very fine line difference, but
yes, it is.
But I mean,
and I'm proud of it, sir.
Like true crime, I like to pick cases from Arkansas. Not saying that Oklahoma or Missouri, any other state.
We got a couple of the Oklahoma
that are like, they're not as important as Arkansas. I just feel like Arkansas gets ignored a lot. Yeah. I understand why. It's hard for someone, a podcaster, to FOIA. You can't FOIA, so you have very limited ability. Yeah. We're not covered very often.
We don't get paid for this, so we're not doing this full time.
We're doing this for fun, and we're also doing this because some of these cases that we've read, just break my heart, because I feel like they've died in the water, and there's it's not moving. And this is a family member, a mother, a sister, a father, somebody out there whose family member passed, and they're getting a sense of resolution. I just hate that.
Well, remember, it's just like that one case where the girl, they buried the woman.
I can't get over that one.
And then they find out 30 years later that wasn't her. We found that woman in Florida.
Yeah, and we're not.
Jeez.
And I don't like to.
Then they had to dig up the woman that they buried and rebury this new woman. What happened to the other woman? No one even knows who she is.
Or what happened to her, or her name. I mean, she has a name. She has a voice.
And she's not like a minority. This is a white girl, so I don't know.
I know. It's just
you can't blame it on being a minority in Little Rock in the 70s and 80s. You can't blame it on that because it was a white girl. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to.
Yeah. But that, and also it's made us very eye-opening, and also eye-opening other people, that small town cops only have so much resources and abilities.
Well, they don't have that much training either.
Too.
They go to school to be a cop now, but back then they did not have to be schooled with a degree, and especially in the 70s and 80s. Now you're supposed to have a degree because of the way the state laws are for who you can hire as a municipality.
I know that criminal justice was a typical degree for cops, but I know that wasn't around. But technically, I think you don't have to have criminal justice to try to apply for law enforcement.
No, but you'll get picked faster if you have one.
Yeah. I almost minored in that. I'm like 6 hours away from finishing that. I never finished.
Just take the 6 hours. What's it, $1,200?
Nursing school got too much.
Just do the 6 hours, man. You can have a criminal justice, paralegal, and a master's in business nursing business or whatever it is.
Or master's in nursing, yeah.
Whatever your version of master's is.
A master's of science of nursing with a administrative component to it.
I have a master of the universe.
Okay, He-Man. I had to say that.
Where's my giant sword? Should I wear the loincloth?
No.
Oh, come on. Always breaking my dreams.
I still think you should, this is totally off topic, but speaking of interesting clothes, I still think that with this podcast, you should post your Christmas.
Oh, man. Me and my leotard.
It was this, everybody on the internet was getting into this, posting next to candy canes and glittery jumping.
Yeah, all the girls, all the women had their little, they had their sequence outfit that's all, more like a jumper.
And I have mine on Facebook, said Mark, safe from that. But
I was not. It got me.
I was thinking that you should post that to this.
I put myself in the female version of that in ChatGPT.
And he looks like Elton John.
Yes. Hey, man, I embrace my sexuality.
I kept saying, okay, Rocket Man. Anyways, so some people have been kind of making, we love your feedback and comments,
Yes.
but something was said that I think upset somebody, saying that we were being kind of rude towards
the victim.
And I want everyone to make this perfectly clear that we're not doing that intentionally or on purpose or by any sort of malice. We're playing the person that's pretty much neutral and bringing up all sides of all possibilities of what could possibly be. Now, if somebody out there listening is a family member or knows the victim we're speaking of, and we have made a gross error, then by God, tell us.
Yeah.
We want
set us straight.
Set us straight. We want it to be accurate. We want it to be correct. We want it to be known. We are only going by what information we have, and that's very limited in a lot of aspects. But if you have something else, then by God, we'd love to have you on and tell us.
Yeah.
Tell us.
And also, too, if I'm sitting there talking, because I talk outside of my head sometimes, if I'm sitting there talking and I'm saying, well, maybe they lived in a trash trailer. Or maybe they lived in an apartment that had brooches. Maybe, we don't know. You got to understand that when I say we don't know, it means that they could also be living in the Taj Mahal. You know what I mean? It means we don't know.
We're trying to make everyone think and realize that there's two sides to every story and two sides as a situation. There's a positive and a negative.
And not all victims are this beautiful person. I'm not talking about anybody specific here. I'm just saying.
We just noticed
in general.
We noticed something on podcasts that makes Paul or any
me
forensic
nuts.
shows or any type of thing where I'll let Paul say the line because it's beautiful.
I can't remember it. What am I
It's like
supposed to say?
they're supposed to say like they're this beautiful, wonderful person and everybody they were
a wonderfully kind person who always had a smile on their face, and everywhere they went, the sun shone and the horses trolloped and the frogs croaked and the bees beed.
I don't know. If something happened to me and someone say that, I'm going to be sitting up in heaven going, what the blank?
Have you? Well, if they know me, I'd be like, Andrea, if something happened to me and somebody said that in front of Andrea, she would be like, did you ever even meet that guy?
Exactly. I mean, because there's positives and negatives to all of us.
Yeah.
And I know that if something happened to me, I'm going to have positives and negatives remembered by people. And that's okay because I'm a human being and I make mistakes.
I get it. I understand the proclivity to not speak ill of the dead. You don't want to talk bad about somebody. But at the same time, if this guy's a drug dealer, and if there's a girl drug dealer, I'm talking in general. I'm not talking about anybody. I'm not talking about anybody. This is a made up person that died on the corner of Broadway and 5th in Podunk, Ohio. Okay. And we're wondering why he's dead. Who killed him? We can't figure it out. It's just all of a sudden he was stabbed 72 times in the foot and he bled to death. Okay. Yes, I guess that could happen. Actually, you hit an artery, you might. I don't know. Yeah. Anyhow, so we could be, we can't say that guy was a perfect person because we don't know. Why was he standing on this corner? Where is this corner in this city? Is this corner a Saks Fifth Avenue corner, or is it a drug mule corner? Right? Yeah. So here's the problem. We have to be able to consider both. Most of the time, though, the generic things work. If somebody dies in a crack house, there's probably a crackhead. I mean, you've got a 90% chance of that happening.
Yeah, it's pretty plausible.
If somebody dies at a police station that's not a cop, more than likely the cops did it. Or the cops weren't watching them, Epstein, for example, and they hung themselves. And it's still, the cops are still partially culpable for that suicide because they should have known.
Yeah, they weren't watching.
That's their job. So we don't know what we don't know. And all we can do is go by all the different areas, all the different avenues, all the different places that logic takes us. So if we're wrong about something, if our assumption is incorrect and somebody knows better, I would rather them email me and say, hey, you dummy, look here. This is not the way this person lived.
And now, we'll redact it.
Yeah. Now, I'm also not going to take somebody who doesn't know firsthand and is saying that this person was a great person. I promise you this person was a great person. Their mama told me so. I'm not going to take that
That's hearsay.
It's not even just, that's not even just hearsay. That's just mama. Mom's never going to talk bad about her kid 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
very rare that a mom would say, that guy sucks.
Yeah, mothers won't.
Dad's might.
I don't know.
It might. I would say it's a 20% chance that a dad may say, my kid just sucks.
We're not trying to speak ill of the dead in these conversations. We're just trying to bring up all realms of possibility.
Yeah. How else are we going to solve this if we don't have a good, rounded perception of what happened?
And we don't like to take other people's podcasts of what their perception is of the victim or the situation and regurgitate that information too, because
they could be completely wrong. They could be making it up.
Yeah,
we got to fact check the fact people.
And I feel like I'm stealing someone else's work. And is that what other podcasts do? I have no idea. But that's not what we do.
Yeah. If you're going to do that, if we ever do that, we'll cite it. Like I've already cited True Crime Garage here once.
And
West Memphis Three People?
No, the railroad, if I can talk
Yeah,
here.
she when we did the episode on that one, she plugged the book.
Because honestly, that was the only reference next to a couple newspaper articles I could find on the thing.
Yeah, and that's the other thing we're doing. We're hunting down the newspaper articles.
Yeah, we actively hunt these things down.
Here's the really interesting thing, though. The Northwest Arkansas Democrat Gazette and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette from about 89, 90 until about 2015 are not online anywhere. You can't go read them.
Yeah, and it's hard to find a library where we can sometimes get in there and find those.
Yeah, I went and did that on I tried to find where the woman was killed. I was trying to do research for Halloween for the
the lady that got shot on Halloween.
No, stabbed in her house. Her son left, and then the next thing he came back and she's dead.
Yeah, she's just passing out candy.
Yeah, she passed out candy and she's dead. And so I went and I hunted on microfiche at the Bentonville Library.
Yeah.
I did that, what was it, 4.5 hours?
Yeah, you were there
I found
a while.
nothing.
Yeah, zero.
They just didn't even report it.
Which I find odd.
It is odd.
I still find that odd.
It's very strange, isn't it?
But, they say the whole it bleeds, it leads, and that's been around for forever. I sometimes wonder, this was in 96, 95?
Something like that.
I would think that would be more of a, sensational thing for the area.
It happened on Halloween. Oh my gosh. We have a Halloween killer.
But compared to now where we're bombarded with so much social media and so much stuff from news all over the place.
Garbage.
Yeah. Now you got.
I see these science things on Facebook all the time. Science has come up with this and this and this. And I say, okay, fine. Let me look at this. And I go and research it. It doesn't exist. They just made it up.
Yeah. So research for us we're doing our best.
So we can only go by what we know.
You can't trust Wikipedia.
No, Wikipedia, if you didn't know, Wikipedia is a user-generated information source. Anybody who has the credentials on Wikipedia can go and change it. That's what happened when Donald Trump was running from 2016. They finally had to lock the page down. It's like only 2 or 3 people in the entire world could now manipulate Donald Trump's page on Wikipedia. Because they would go in there and change it and call him a pedophile and a rapist. And it doesn't matter if you believe that or not. It's not been proven. So it can't be in the Wikipedia.
Yeah, and even stuff that I've learned through getting my master's degree, you have to look at, is it .org at the end of it versus a .com versus a...
Well, that doesn't count anymore.
No.
Because now I can buy an .org right now.
Yeah, it's true. You have to look at something, find something, and then you have to fact check it again and make sure that it's been at least reported a couple more times.
Yeah. Double source it and don't go off Wikipedia. Whenever I'm doing research, if I'm using AI to do research, because I do, I tell it, if you find it on Wikipedia, you have to find it somewhere else. And if you can't back Wikipedia up, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, but for some of our cases, though, we've even had to double check to make sure, is this person on a Doe network? Are they on, I can't even remember the name off the top of my head. There's another website for missing persons out there that, are they on that network?
And then you can check the state too, because the state publishes those names on their state sites. Which Arkansas State Police has a page just for unsolved crimes and missing people.
Yeah, and And it's so sad when you go on there sometimes.
There's no information.
There's very limited information, but even like sometimes they have people with no name just where they were found, which is so sad. But so we have to we at least fact check it. I fact check it twice.
There's been a few cases that I like the one woman with the Halloween I was talking about. The reason we didn't cover it, I couldn't find any credible information off of it.
Yeah, which is mind blowing to me.
And my suspect in the killing, person who I thought had the most access to kill this person, still lives in the area. And I thought, you know what? And I'm gonna chance it.
Yeah, because
I don't want that dude coming over here.
Yeah, because I hold a nursing license. I'm sure I can be found.
Yeah, and I can be found. I mean, my website.
So we also have to consider that. But I like I said, we like to pick cases that, yes, they're very limited in their information, and we pick those, I guess, because they don't have a voice.
Yeah.
You know,
nobody's done anything on them, and they've been quiet for 30 years. Where's the coverage on this? Now, one thing that I do know about other podcasts that drives me absolutely insane is like this guy with the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. He does a podcast.
Which we mentioned this. Yeah.
Oh my God. Every time I listen to him, he tries to tie anything that happened within 500 miles of Wichita, Kansas. He tries to tie everything into BTK.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter the MO. He's like, oh, did BTK do this? Absolutely not. It's not even the same thing.
Yeah, we try not to do that either.
He does it constantly. He's as bad as the cops in West Memphis 3 because he's trying to make the narrative fit BTK every time.
And we try not to do that.
That's wrong.
I know. I agree.
When I went to school to be a journalist and a psychologist. Those were the two class courses. Course. What does it call it?
Class courses.
The
core classes.
No, not core classes. The road to getting a degree. Curricula, the core curricula.
Core curriculum.
I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so I was going to be a journalist. So I took journalism. I was on the paper. In college, I drew comic political cartoons for the college, and I drew and then I did political stories and things like that, and covered things. I worked for the Benton County Daily Record. I wrote stories about sports. Yay me. And psychology, I enjoy that. It's kind of my hobby. But so journalism is my background, as well as insurance selling.
Two opposite ends of the spectrum, but hey.
Yeah. But in journalism, if you can't double source it, if you can't prove it, it didn't happen.
I mean, it's kind of like in nursing. If you didn't document it, it didn't happen. Yeah,
exactly. Same thing. And hers is more important than journalism. Journalism is all a bunch of hearsay anyway.
Yeah, for us, if you didn't document it, then it didn't take place, and you can't go back and fix that. If it's something important, you need to put it in the writing. We used to say, if you think it, you ink it, but now it's on the computer now. You think it, you type it. But
you can dictate. Some of those doctors do that.
Nah.
Make their nurse listen to it and type it out.
I don't know. Now they got scribes where they have somebody follow around and the doctor just talks and that person's all in there typing.
I need one of those.
A scribe.
Just follow me around and listen. Can we get a blonde?
No. I knew that was going.
I think my luck could show up. It's just a blonde dude. Dang it.
I'd laugh. Like you said blonde. You didn't say specifically what type of blonde.
But no, when we're doing a case, the things we're looking for is what can we prove, right?
Mm-hmm.
And where did this happen? We go through so many newspaper clippings.
And we also find cases that we find interesting, and then we found out that we can't find anything on them, or the case doesn't exist.
Yeah. Well, ChatGPT makes stuff up sometimes.
Yeah, you got to be careful of that.
Yeah.
But to us, it's just, and then also Paul's cases stories or pics are actual factual. You look them up.
Yeah.
You get information on them.
Or the Paul G's Corner.
Or the last one we covered on the water.
Yeah.
I mean,
who knew?
Stuff like that,
It happened like 12 times in the past 10 years. Eesh.
Oh God, I still check the tap water every time I.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like this. Look, this one I'm covering now from the 80s, where in Philadelphia they burned down an entire block trying to get rid of one group of people in one townhome. Yet they burned down 62 blocks.
Yeah, but you've researched that heavily before you actually like talk.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, I was like, no way. That's
Yeah.
like not that long ago. Why would you do that? That's innocent people.
Yeah, and that was, it was the turn. We don't do things like that anymore. They dropped a satchel bomb on this townhome to burn it down to kill the people inside of it. The cops did this. The mayor told them to do it.
And you wonder why people have such issues with cops now.
And it
of
wasn't
stuff
a
in the
white
past.
cop against black people. It was a black or a white mayor against the black people. It was a black mayor in Philadelphia who bombed a black radicals in Philadelphia. And the white guy in the middle is going, this is probably not right. Maybe not. And he's like, no, we're doing it. Okay.
It's
Jeez.
such mind-blowing.
It is.
And you wonder why people have such issues now. I mean, really,
Exactly.
but
I wouldn't trust a police officer ever in Philadelphia. Not after knowing that. They killed what, 11 people, 3 children?
yeah, that's totally senseless.
Yeah. And if you want to hear that story in depth, it's on Paul G's Corner. It's already out, sitting out in the air, waiting for you to listen. So search.
So, before I forget, what was our positive feedback we got?
Oh, the lady from Hawaii, she said she liked the way we researched and everything was good and how we focused on things people forgot.
Yeah, that made us feel good. And that was your story. And that was that story, but that was what you covered. And that was when I'm like, still like, no way did this happen. And how long was it? Like, what, 60 seconds, 90 seconds or something before they can redact it or something stupid? And they could
38 minutes.
38 minutes. Okay. And,
so Hawaii had it's for everybody listening, so you're not going, what the hell are you talking about? Hawaii let loose an alert on the emergency broadcast to everybody's cell phone. This is not too long ago. That a nuclear ballistic missile was incoming, and we were all going to die from a nuke. And they let that sit there for 38 minutes. Didn't say anything to anybody to retract it because the governor was supposed to come out and say, it's just a test. Don't worry, this is a mess up. And he was going to use Twitter to do it, but he couldn't find his Twitter password. So it took him 38 minutes to get his Twitter account unlocked so he could post it. I'm like, just go on the emergency broadcast and send out another one. It says previous alert was false.
can't do that brr, brr, brr on the radio. This is not a test.
He sent it out everywhere.
But you
it went on
Twitter?
the radios. It went on the TV. It went on your phones, everything.
So you picked Twitter to retract that.
Yeah. Nobody.
I'm not. Nobody's on. I'm not on Twitter. I never really was on Twitter. But why can't you just the emergency broadcast system? Isn't that what we have that for?
That's what it's tied to. That's what went out was the emergency broadcast system.
Then just fix it. Put another one on there.
Yeah, exactly. No, I got to do it on Twitter. It's going to take you 38 minutes to.
And no, I imagine like the people sitting there. You're embracing. It's going to be your doom. Okay. And then all of a sudden you're looking at the clock going, was this thing coming or not?
Is it this?
Well, it's been 15 minutes. I don't think it's coming.
Yeah, exactly. And she's from home. She does Asia stories.
Yeah, that made us feel good because I thought that was sweet because I laughed when I'm like a Twitter password.
Yeah.
But, it's stuff like that we like to cover and find interesting because I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah.
And it's funny because
I remember it when it happened. I remember watching the news going, oh my God, that's so stupid.
Yeah. It makes me laugh.
Because I'm a habitual news watcher and she is not.
I am not. I'm not just saying the situation was like funny, but the fact that the Twitter password is what it took, I find funny.
Just release another communique, whatever. Anyhow.
There needs to be like one of he or she's advisors running around with a giant notebook with all the passwords in it.
And he's just sitting on his porch drinking some mimosas, having a good time. It's Hawaii.
I think if the end is near, I'd probably be doing the same thing.
There's a lot of things I'd be doing.
But we do appreciate the feedback.
And we do take it constructively. I mean, even though the one email may have come off as kind of a jerk to us.
But you did
initially.
You did reply back and ask, hey,
yeah,
if we've messed something up, we'd love to set the record straight. Please tell us.
And
they have not.
And then it calmed down. They said they'll have their family reach out to us. And she can tell me what she has to say all she wants, but if she didn't know the guy,
we can't redo it.
I can't. I need somebody. I mean, I'd love to go on and say this is not correct, but she didn't. Did she go there? I don't know. It sounds like she just was told that this guy does this. And now there was another case that we had where we were actually talking to the investigator that someone hired to investigate it. Mm-hmm. And that we're going to figure her out because she's supposed to contact us back. Mm-hmm. And she works for a private detective agency. Mm-hmm. But she also works for a very highly recognizable podcast, which I'm not going to say right now.
Yeah.
Because our relationship isn't solidified with these folks.
Yeah, it's just we had a one-time conversation.
Yeah. And ironically enough, she has a connection to one of our other cases.
Oh yeah, and she did give us some information about that, and we kept saying, "Well, let's have you on. Let's get set the record straight." I want to know
about that. Let's talk about that. Let's find the other side of it.
And we haven't heard anything, but we're open. I would love to have someone that knows the victim come on and tell us about the victim.
Yeah,
and then let's
do our victimology the correct way and actually learn.
But it's very hard. We don't want to probe every family member of a victim because they may not want to talk, and we respect that.
I don't want anybody probing me.
Well, yeah.
Nah.
No aliens for you?
No aliens. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
Well, your hair's not fitting the statement, so.
It was earlier. I combed it.
But, we would love to do that, but we don't want to intrude in the family's lives.
Yeah, because this is not an official investigation. It's us screwing around.
But if they hear us and want to come on and tell us.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Heck yeah. If you feel comfortable doing that, we'd love to.
And I cannot promise we won't ask hard questions.
That's true. We cannot promise that.
Because she and I we have no filter.
But we will have a tactful filter. A respectful filter.
She would. I don't know about me or not.
You do to a point.
That's what I mean. What's that? Where's the line?
Well,
some people's lines are much further close in than.
We don't want to scare anybody if you want to come on and talk to us.
Well, I mean, just prepared because I do have a journalist streak in me and I'm going to ask a hard question if it needs to be asked.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of anything. And Andrea can attest to that.
That's true. You're not afraid of anything.
I'm stupidly not afraid of anything. Like today, there was a guy, you were totally afraid of him.
He wouldn't. Okay, we're sitting there, and I would like to understand people in parking lots. Why there's no etiquette or kindness anymore.
Or on the roads.
Yeah, Paul stops. This guy's bringing his cart across. We're waiting for him to let him cross.
So he can go back.
And so he can go back. We're just being super nice. And he's looking at us. I guess he's young kid, like bowing up and looking at us like, what are you doing, man? What are you staring at me for? And I'm thinking, so we don't run your butt over?
Yeah. Next time I'll just run you over, dude. I mean.
And then he watches us park. And I'm like, what has gotten into people?
I don't, I get out the car and she's like, oh no, watch out. And I'm like, he ain't going to do nothing to us. And if he does, he won't last long because he was a skinny little twig kid.
I just don't want to end up.
I'm a 280 pound, 5'10" giant man. And here's this kid that the wind blows too hard is going to fall over. I don't think it's. No.
I'm not worried about that. A, I'm worried about you going to jail. And B, I don't want to be a TikTok meme or some TikTok thing.
I ain't going to jail. He's going to have to hit me first.
You could just become a TikTok thing just walking into Walmart. I mean, these days.
I took a car to the body and didn't pass out. So I think I'll be okay.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I'm the nicest guy on the planet until you fuck her. What? Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't make me mad because it's not good. I try not to get mad though. I work really hard on that, don't I?
You do. You do a good job.
Unless it's a computer.
Yeah.
And then it's on.
Yeah, I hear you screaming at your computer while I'm working.
You son of a.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, the computer's giving him fits.
So, yeah. Anyway, so what else have we got going on? Anything? It's a new year.
It's a new year.
I don't care if it's a new year or not. It's just a calendar. The Georgian calendar. It might as well be called the Billion calendar for all I care. I mean, it's just another day.
Yeah, the older we get, the more New Year's Eve's like, whatever.
It was always that way for me, though.
Me too. I was like, eh.
I don't care. You know?
I never was.
I'm down to party anytime. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be just once a year.
I used to work a lot of New Year's days
Yeah,
and a New
nurse.
Year's Eve as a nurse. So I got to see stuff that just makes me like, all the crazy, stupid people are coming out.
No, you should not put that in your butthole.
I've thought that in my head before. I'm not going to lie. Or I'm like, why did you decide to hold the firecracker in a closed fist?
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Please don't do that.
Or why did you decide to drink and drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So
yeah.
if you want to email us and talk to us and yell at and complain at us, you can do that. Just write your email to Paul at
There you go.
God, I can't do it. Paul G at paulgnewton.com. Paul G at paulgnewton.com. If you can't remember that, just Google paulgnewton.com and you can find my website where you can also buy merch. You can buy a really cool shirt about the Squid Wars of 2175.
Yes, with the cats.
Or you can get a murder shirt or ask me about donuts or murder. Either way, it's the same. It's on there.
Yeah, it's
I
kind
put
of
that
cool.
up there. Anyhow, and if you have any questions or comments, please email us. Don't call us. I had a guy call me once. It was very creepy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He looked me up on the Who Is on the internet.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's, you got to register your website. Anyhow. Okay, I guess that's all we're going to talk about.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to Things I Want to Know. You want these stories, and we want to bring them to you. So hit the support link and keep this circus and the mics alive. Then do us a favor, rate and subscribe. It helps the show find more people just like you, the ones who like their mysteries real and their storytellers unfiltered. And if you want to wear a little bit of this madness, grab some Andrea-approved gear at paulgnewton.com. We make these things for you because it matters, and you're the kind who knows the difference.